Alright, we need two oscillators to use this strategy, and I'll add them to the chart and explain them in detail. The first oscillator we need is the Williams, which we'll add to the chart. We need to make a few adjustments to its settings. We'll change the period from 14 to 6 and adjust the default upper and lower lines from -80 and -20 to -95 and -5. I'll also increase the line thickness so you can see them more clearly in the video. That's our Williams oscillator. Next, we'll add an RSI, relative strength index, to the chart. Many of you are already familiar with it. We'll adjust its period from 14 to 5 and change the overbought and oversold levels from the default 70 and 30 to 90 and 10. Again, I'll make the lines thicker so they're easier to see. So these are the two oscillators we need, one Williams and one RSI. Before I explain how this strategy works, I need to mention an important point. This strategy works best in ranging markets or markets with a weak trend. If you see a strong trend with steep slopes, this strategy isn't recommended. It's more effective in ranging markets or those with mild trends. For this demonstration, I've set the candlestick time frame to 1 minute, and our trade duration can be around 4 to 5 minutes. However, you can test it across different time frames and trade durations. In fact, Mr. Shabani himself trades on a 10-second time frame with 1-minute trades, which also works. But for the sake of better explanation, I'm using the 1-minute time frame here. Feel free to test it on different time frames and see which works best for you. As with most strategies that use indicators and oscillators, we're looking for overbought and oversold conditions on the two oscillators we've added to the chart. The goal is to spot trend reversals, and with the settings we've applied, we can find a good entry point. However, it's very important to also pay attention to price action and the levels we're working with, especially when using the RSI. The first point to note is regarding the Williams indicator at the top here. You can see it's shown inside a purple box. I'm currently using the iqoption broker, but you can test this strategy on any broker you use, as it doesn't make a difference. However, on some brokers, you might not be able to set the levels to -95 and -5, so you may have to use the default settings of -80 and -20. It's still possible to trade with those settings. After practicing a bit, you'll get a feel for where to enter trades. The appearance of the indicator may vary slightly depending on the broker. Here, the purple zone shows the overbought or oversold regions, and you can see a line moving up on the chart. Whenever it exits this purple zone, whether from the top or the bottom, it signals that the price has entered an overbought or oversold condition. Similarly, with the RSI, we've set the 90 and 10 levels, and it shows them with green and red lines. These represent the overbought and oversold regions, which I've explained in previous videos. We're waiting for both oscillators to give us a buy or sell signal for oversold or overbought conditions. How does this work? For the RSI, it just needs to touch the line. For example, if it's moving down, it needs to touch the oversold line at 10, which is colored red. For Williams, we wait for it to move into the purple area and pause for a bit, indicating it has entered the oversold region. We must also pay attention to our levels. Once all these signals align, if we can spot a candlestick pattern afterward, we'll have a strong confirmation. For instance, I'm waiting for this candle to close. Let's see what happens. As you can see, this candle has moved close to the level and is positioned near a support level where we previously saw a trend reversal. It has come down, stayed there for a bit, and the RSI is also nearing the oversold line. I'm waiting for all these signals to confirm. When it reaches the level, we'll watch for the reaction. Once the candle closes, if it forms a reversal pattern, we can enter a 4 or 5 minute trade after this candle closes. Williams entered the oversold area and gave us a signal. The RSI touched the line and we were watching the level, but the price went down and broke through it. In this case, we shouldn't enter the trade unless the price moves back up and the candle closes above this level. Then we'll observe how the next candle forms. In this case, the signal we were looking for didn't materialize. Even though both of our oscillators, Williams and RSI, are in the oversold area and in favorable positions, the RSI touched the oversold line and even moved below it, and the Williams also went below the negative range. The price broke through our level and the candles moved downward. If we had entered a buy trade relying only on these two oscillators, we would have faced a loss. Now I'm going to review different charts and look for a better opportunity so we can make a few trades using this strategy. Earlier, there was a good setup. Before I started recording this video, I was testing, and as you can see, I made a successful trade using this strategy. Take a look here. Another potential setup is forming. The candles have reached a level, and both the RSI and Williams are giving us the signals we're looking for. They're both in the overbought, oversold range. We just need to see how this candle closes and how it reacts. If the candles give us the proper signal, we can enter a sell trade. Right now, the way this candle closes is very important for us. The indicators have already given us the necessary signals and are in their overbought, oversold zones, so we're waiting to see how this candle forms. If it closes as a doji or something similar, we can confidently enter a trade with a fairly high level of certainty. Alright, I opened the trade as the next candle started. We can see that we have a level here, which we had already reviewed and confirmed as a reliable and valid level. The previous candle closed with its body right on this level, and the next one formed a doji. After that, I entered a 5-minute sell trade. Let's wait together to see the result of this trade. To easily and freely register with the Quotex broker, click on the link in the video description. Alright, I've opened a trade here. As you can see, Williams came down and showed us an oversold signal at that point. Now both the RSI and Williams indicators will shift direction along with the candle movements. But at the moment when the candle was fluctuating here, it was exactly in the oversold zone. The RSI also got quite close to its level, and we saw a move upward. Additionally, there's a level here as we can see which this candle reacted to. The previous candles also showed some reaction at this level, and this red candle closed exactly at our level, with rejections seen both at the top and bottom of the candle. Based on the candle closing at this level and the oversold signals from Williams and RSI, I was able to enter this trade. Now we'll wait together to see how this trade turns out. I believe I opened a 4-minute trade if I'm not mistaken. Let's wait for the result. At the same time, I've spotted another promising opportunity on a different chart. I'll review that as well, and if the conditions are good, I'll open a trade there too, and show you the results of both. Here, we can also see that the candles are fluctuating between the two support and resistance levels that we've drawn. The candles are moving down, and both the Williams and RSI are nearing their lower levels. When the price reaches this lower level and a candle closes there, and if both oscillators confirm the signal, we can enter a buy trade. This strategy essentially revolves around trading on support and resistance levels. but with the added confirmation from the Williams and RSI oscillators, allowing us to make more reliable trades. I'll wait to see how the candle behaves when it reaches this level, and if both indicators give the necessary signals, I'll enter a buy trade. If the price moves upward, we'll wait to see how it reacts to the next level. Alright, as we can see, my previous trade has been in profit up until now, and it will likely close in profit in about 15 seconds. Now, I'll switch back to the other chart so we don't miss out on that opportunity and can take advantage of it. Alright, my previous trade closed in profit. Alright folks, I'm going to stop here because the market isn't looking ideal. Unfortunately, I didn't choose the best time to record this video. You can see that the market's current form isn't great, so it's not advisable to make trades right now. I've already explained the key points to you, so here are the main confirmations we need. The Williams indicator must be in the overbought or oversold zone, meaning it needs to be at or near the levels of -95 and -5 that we set earlier. The RSI should also be in its own overbought or oversold zone, either touching those levels or coming very close. Most importantly, pay attention to the support and resistance levels. You need to draw those levels and ensure all three indicators, Williams, RSI, and your level, are giving you a matching signal. In the trades I took, there was some risk. Ideally, you should wait for a candle to form like this one here. See this candle? If a candle like that forms with a strong body and perhaps a small shadow, it would be more optimal. But in my case, I entered a few risky trades that luckily closed in profit. This strategy is quite strong, but I chose the wrong time to record this video. I searched through several charts and couldn't find any ideal setups, so I made use of whatever small opportunities I could to demonstrate. Keep the key points in mind and pay attention to Williams, RSI, and the levels. When trading at support and resistance, wait for candles to reach a level, such as a support or resistance zone. Once you see a clear candle pattern like a doji, hammer, or even an inverted hammer, you can confidently enter a 4 to 5 minute sell trade. That way, you'll be more assured of a successful trade. So, always keep all these confirmations together to improve your trading success. I'll wrap up this video here. Thank you for being with me, and I hope you enjoyed this strategy. Make sure to practice it on a demo account first, and I'd love to hear your results in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Dear friends, to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, please subscribe to the BS Academy channel. Also, activate the notification bell so that you are informed as soon as we publish new videos. Thank you for your support.